I'm howling at the moon, man. It's September 26th. The full moon brings out a lot of crazy people, man. It's one of those days. Here we are, we're working hard. We got some construction guys across the street, so we got free reign on the dyno till whatever hour of the morning. Here we got the ICS Project STI stock turbo 12.2, and we got my STI. I had on the dyno today, was making pretty close to 500 horsepower, maxing out the apparent big MAF. I have to decide what to do with the car next. We're working on this nice Evo here. We're trying to find out why the car is not making as much power as it should. It's down about 15-20 horsepower, so we're going to do a boost leak test. And the only way to do that is to pressurize the boost system. And we have this little adapter here that we put onto the turbo, and we hit it with boost. And that shows you where the leak is, and then we fix the leak. The car comes out good on compression. We change the spark plugs, we check the cam timing. That's some of the things that we do here to make sure the car is working properly. By the way, this is my favorite vehicle. I don't know, not too many people are into these kind of vehicles. This is my 50cc Kimco scooter. It's good for a moped classification here in Connecticut because it's 50 cc's or less. So you don't need a license or registration or plates or insurance or anything. You can just drive it. So what I did with this bad boy, I put a stroker in it, and we're up to about 70 cc's, and we got rev valve, exhaust, header, intake, carburetor, and this sucker's moving, man. I love my scooter, man. This is, anyway, what I'm doing is I'm taking you guys to the back shop. We have a back shop. That was the front shop where the dyno is, and you gotta head around down to Cherry Street. And that's where you find where the real big boy toys are. Back here. How you doing, guys? Back here at the Cherry Street facility. So let's take a look at what we got in here today. So pretty amazing, man. You know what? When I work around such amazing, high quality machines, it just makes me strive for excellence in my work. This is the 511 horsepower Legacy. We got Master Andre. How are you, Andre? He's a very skilled technician, very dedicated, working late at night to get this customer's car done. He's installing the Aqumist High Flow System 1 into this car, which previously had the cooling mist kit, and I wasn't too happy with the cooling mist kit because it didn't have a fail-safe. The Aqumist kit has this flow gauge here. The bar graph shows you how much alcohol is flowing, and then it has a high and a low setting, and what you can do is set those settings, and if the settings are exceeded, it will cut the boost to the car and protect your motor. It's a fantastic system. By the way, these I never knew these gauges are machined out of a solid hunk of aluminum. Absolutely gorgeous gauges. Amazing kit. The Aqumist High Flow System 1 is a value price kit, but big on performance. Anyway, let's look at some of the cars we have here. This one I know right here is a GT40 M3 that makes some serious power. All the fabrication, custom fabrication here at ICS. It's that's a pretty potent street machine. And here we have, I don't know what type of turbo this one has. Something is missing, but no doubt it's a turbocharged car. It's got a wastegate and a dump tube and a big exhaust. Here we have some of the M5s that they work on here. Hot looking cars, man. But this one is particularly interesting. He has the dual exhaust with the carbon fiber tips, and if you follow this exhaust all the way down, he's got some amazing headers on there, man. I don't know if you can really visualize that from the home audience, how beautiful those headers are. It's a hot looking car. You know, I don't really care for this color. on this M5. I kind of like the white one, but it's kind of a blood maroon wine color. I don't know, but nevertheless a badass car, man. I can't wait to hear what it sounds like with that. And here is the Evo of Mr. Nick Caruso. We're making some progress on this. We've installed the Aqumist High Flow 5 system on this car, and we're still in the process of finishing this vehicle. It should be running by next week, I would say. It's got a fully built motor. It's got a GT 35R by Busher, which is simply just artwork. I mean, that turbo is unbelievable. Frankly, for the kind of price that they charge for this thing, which is I think a retail street price around $3,600, it's an amazing kit. You get the turbo, the header, the slimline fan. The collector is mounted right on to the wastegate. Some other competing kits have the wastegate mounted off of the exhaust manifold. And a beautiful Aqumist installation by Mr. Andre. The flow sensor is zip tied down out of the way in the back. Beautiful installation. The gauges are all going to be mounted on a gauge pod. The car has a roll cage. It was formerly owned by a customer of mine from California, and Mr. Caruso bought it from him. A really nice car. Nice installation on the pump. Behind the roll cage bar, a nice custom bracket. The High Flow System 5 has the accumulator on the end of the pump that allows, when the pump is operating, to hold a constant 125 psi. And then the high-speed valve, which I don't think it's back here, regulates the flow of alcohol based upon the injector duty cycle. We have some other nice cars here. Here's a beautiful M6 convertible. I think this car is in here for a twin turbo conversion. It's an amazing machine. And you have the ICS Performance Evo 9. It makes 430 horsepower at 440 torque on pump gas with alcohol. And we have the ICS M Coupe twin turbo. I believe it's the only one of its kind that has a twin turbo in the United States. That car makes 600 horsepower to the wheels. We have a twin turbo Porsche with custom fabrication by ICS. It has twin GT 35Rs. I don't know how well the video can show the fabrication work, but it's really an amazing job. This Porsche is spectacular. It'll be interesting to see how it runs once we get to tuning it. And then finally, we have a Supra with a GT40, I believe. And to round things off very nicely, here at the back we have the famous ICS Bumblebee, which formerly, with a much smaller turbo, made 1100 horsepower to the wheels. The most powerful BMW M3 of its kind in the world. To accommodate this turbo, you can see that the shock tower had to be carved. It's not yet painted. And this car, I don't know, it should make some power. We have a direct port nitrous injection and a water to air intercooler with a huge exhaust straight out the back. Well, thank you for joining along in another one of my videos and a tour of some of the activity here at ICS. I have to say, as much as I like Evos and Subarus, the M6 V10 with potential twin turbos would probably be my favorite ride of the group. I don't like that color though. I think that car would be bad in black or white, maybe blue. This seems to be the new trend with the BMWs, that color. Andre, what do you think of that color, man? I don't like it. I like the white one, man. That color ain't happening.